Welcome, Story of the Fight listeners. Do we have a treat for you? We have two-time state wrestling champion, a Fargo All-American in freestyle wrestling, one of the most exciting must-watch guys on the UFC roster. Will, by the way, all 6 wins by way of finish. He has an average fight time of under just 3 minutes. None other than Mr. Terrance McKinney. Terrance, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. We're in Miami, so you can't complain.
Oh, man, yeah, I feel really bad for you, Miami. Sounds awful. By the way, man, but when we were starting the interview, we had your son, right, that was popping in and out. So you're a father. How many little ones do you have?
I got 2 now.
2 now. You just recently had another little one. Congratulations.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. God is
Yeah,
good.
God is good, man. And so considering that you're now a father of 2, right, how does that change your mindset compared to pre-children?
I could lay off a little bit now. Once you got 2 kids, I'm like McConnell. I just really can't afford to lose, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
can't afford.
McConnell, can't afford to lose.
I really can't. 2 kids, that's cooked. I gotta work.
How close to your last fight was your second childbirth? That was like what, 2 weeks, a week?
Like almost 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Okay.
Yeah.
How does that work in the middle of like when do you start kind of like trailing off a fight camp or like ramping down a fight camp to kind of like, or do you ramp down? Is it like all gas at 3 weeks out?
Yeah, I was still working hard. We didn't stop sparring until like I flew out, so like a week and a half early.
Okay.
But
I can't
still
imagine
trained like hard, like 2 times a day while I was out there till
having a kid
Man.
while training 2 times a day seems crazy.
that way I can eat, man, and then I can get back to the weight I need to be.
Well, actually, so one of the things we might as well just bring it out now. We already brought up food. One of the things we always ask is, what is your like go-to before the fight, post weigh-in meal? Do you try to keep it like real healthy, or are you like, I didn't get to eat how I wanted to for a whole fight camp, let's throw down?
No, I can't do that till after the victory, sadly. I just eat whatever my coach tells me I'm allowed to.
Okay, but then what about after the fight then?
I'm going crazy.
What's the go-to?
What's your
the number
go-to?
one?
I got lamb chops this last fight. Some fire steak, garlic type dipping sauce with medium rare steak. It was busting some potato wedges with like some cheese on
Damn.
Hey,
it.
so Terrance, I know you've been in a couple states, right? Recently, you're also in the state of Texas, right? I'm currently in Texas in the Fort Worth area right now, and so I know that we have some excellent steaks over here. If you're to pick any place to have a steak at, what would it be?
It'll probably be in Riyadh. The steak I had there was so fire.
Really?
I can't even cap.
You're about to break Ramiro's heart, dude.
Hey, dude, I guess how to be better and bigger in Texas, huh? Did you enjoy your time over here in Texas?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. Were you training with was it Derwin?
No, I was training with Kevin Holland, Wendell Dorsey, sometimes at Looters, and then sometimes at Main Street Boxing in Houston.
Right on, man.
So now you're down in Florida. You're with Mike Davis, Charles Johnson, all those guys, right?
Yes, sir.
I saw you mention Charles Johnson's one of our like favorite guys to talk about too. I think that dude has such a bright future in the sport.
Yeah, I feel like he's underappreciated. They should love him a little bit more. What he does is incredible. Like, and he's only getting better every day.
I feel like they kept giving him killers. I don't want to say that the UFC was trying to like give him to killers so that killers could get a win or something, and he just like kept proving them wrong. Like
That's what he does, bro. He's a dog, bro. I'm serious.
He's an inspiration, man, to me.
He really is, bro.
I love his hairstyle more than anything. Your boy over here doesn't have very much up top, but I can get some in the back. So I'm about to rock that exact same cut, dude. I'm telling you right now.
It gives you like 50% plus speed,
That's hilarious. So quick question for you, Terrance. Like I read off a lot of your accolades, wrestling accolades, right? You have a huge wrestling pedigree. but yet when it comes to your finishes and your fight style, you're super explosive right off the bat. You're striking. You show it off right away. When did that switch happen? Where you have like this huge wrestler mentality into like, let me just go and knock these people out.
I ain't gonna lie, my homie Preston, he was like, how come you always throwing hands at practice? You ain't throwing nothing to fight. You scared? My little bro Kane, he's like, come on, when you be swinging on us, you need to swing in your fight. You got good hands. And after that, I was like, all right, fine, I'll start throwing little hands. Soon as I did that, I broke my leg.
Oh. Oh man. Well, so like we had mentioned the wrestling, right? Standout wrestler in high school. Were there any other sports that you played in high school? Anything else that you were really good at?
I wasn't even good at it, but I played football.
It wasn't good.
I did cross country once. It was freaking terrible. and then yeah, I used to play basketball a bunch when I was younger, but I was super trash. My mom made me quit. She said, "You wasted my money on these camps."
Okay, well, Terrance,
I was that trash. My mom's a real one. She'll never let me waste my life over.
we had some insider information about your basketball skills. Do you mind if we share a clip?
Yeah.
All right, Will, let's go ahead and load it up if you can.
Hey, not with that, if fast.
All right, we'll take it off.
Oh,
Look,
man.
And so the question came along, right, from this source. They said, I wonder what Terrance would rate his basketball game between 1 and 10. What would you say?
Judging by that frog shot, I'd have to give myself a solid 3.
Okay.
3.5. If I'm just
3.5.
shooting threes, I'm like a 5. You know what I mean? I hit 5 out of 10.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, thank you for the great sense of humor, man. That video was a ton of fun, and I appreciate the humility there. So Will had mentioned the different camps that you've been a part of. Which camp would you say had the biggest impact on you? And I don't know if that's tough because of like recency bias, the current camp that you're at, but was there anyone that you walked away from just thinking like, man, I grew a lot as a mixed martial artist?
I think they all played their roles. I can't really say. At the time in that season that God had me in, they all played their right role.
Okay.
I heard you mention one of the things that this new camp that has really, like you said, everything has played their role, and a big role that this camp has played for you is like tightening up the defense and putting a focus on defense. And I think, a lot of people probably think of you as get out there, fight starts, kill or be killed, get after it, right? But I think we saw, the result, maybe if you just saw on paper, like, okay, another first round finish for Terrance McKinney, it would seem like, okay, nothing's changed. He's still kind of the same fighter. But you talking about defense, and you can see it in that fight. I heard you mention, if you focus on your defense and your defense is so good, you'll start to be able to exploit somebody else's holes that they present, right? How did that come about? Is that a head coach thing? Is that a team mentality?
It's just like our team, Julian Williams, like he stresses defense so much. As you guys see, like when you punch or I'll punch, I'll put my hand up to roll his punches off me. And I was rolling under real clean, like and my chin was down, like I even posted a picture, I was like, you guys happy? My chin's down.
You guys have my chin's down. It's important.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm almost done.
Hi, buddy.
Hello.
All right.
Say hey guys.
Hello.
Hey, dude. So how old's this little one here?
He's 2.
That's a fun age, man. Terrible twos or exciting twos or
It's definitely a journey.
It's a journey.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Tell me, Lions Blaze. McKinney.
Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
That's his thing. He always hangs up on people. You need to chill. All right, knock it off. Almost done. So we'll go outside.
Bye.
Bye. That's so funny.
Oh man. All right, we'll go to the next question, Terrance. So, you've talked about like fighting to inspire people. What's been your most meaningful fan interaction that you've ever had?
Say it one more thing, Kyle.
Yeah, what's been the most meaningful fan interaction that you've ever had?
More like me fanboying out when I first got to meet Izzy.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
I'll say that was sick. Because I was about to give up, too. I was like, screw it. I'm not going to see this guy. And then right when I was about to give up, he came out.
Oh,
What was
man.
that setting? Where would you meet him for the first time?
I don't remember what we were doing. It was like doing some media stuff. I caught him.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you tell him you were thinking about potentially hanging him up, and he talked you out of it or something, or was it just like meeting him was an inspiration? You kind of kept it to yourself.
No, it was just cool just to meet him, just to have like that dope experience to meet a legend like that. This one, he was in his prime and stuff. He still is. Everyone gets caught, even me.
Yeah.
So I know he knows how to bounce back. But this one, he was like killing them champion instead. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Racking
man,
up the defenses.
Yeah. And then I met him there, and he was so humble, bro. So it's like inspirational. I hope, like, no matter how big I get, I stay humble like that.
Well, I think that we've seen that even just like in the growth of your career, it still seems it's crazy how many fights you've had in the UFC. It still seems like, I don't know, it seems like you're still like breaking onto the scene with these performances. But it's been a while now, and we've seen you kind of grow, not just like we talked about with your defense and things like that, but I think even just your attitude seems way different now compared to when you first entered the stage, right? So that's cool to see. I mean, you seem humble to me at least.
I gotta be, man, or this game will humble you, or God will.
Yeah.
That's when it works.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Izzy as somebody that was inspirational to you recently, right? Or when you felt like hanging him up. But since a early stage in life, you had like aspirations of going into mixed martial arts, right? Which were some of those fighters that inspired you at an early age to want to get into MMA?
I was actually scared to do it.
Really?
That seems normal.
Until that shroom experience, I was not about to fight.
Yeah, I mean,
And then once that happened, like God showed me, like I fought all the baddest people on the planet, become the most baddest man on the planet. But after the trip, I was like, dude, there's only one place you can get that title, and that's the UFC. And then after that, I went to school 1 more year. I dropped out and I started fighting.
damn.
Got it, man.
I mean, yeah, that's
And
everybody's
I
got
never
their.
thought about hanging out. It was just inspirational meeting him.
Okay,
Oh,
gotcha.
okay.
I thought you had mentioned like you were thinking about quitting.
Once I started it, I was addicted.
Gotcha. Okay.
Awesome, man. Just a couple more questions, man. So
Yeah, we'll make it.
We
We
know-
can make it rapid fire, right?
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. So a couple fan questions that came through for you. So we'll make these quick. One rule in MMA you would change if you could.
If we had the soccer kicks back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Soccer kicks
that'd
are
be a
sick.
good one.
That'd be tough, because then I can really just be a black guy out there in the streets, what I'm saying? Just letting me off the leash.
Have you been in
man.
moments in fights where you're like, in that split second, you're like, I could kick this dude right now, but I can't.
Yeah. I was thinking, I was like, dude, there's been a couple of them. Like the Drew fight, I would have definitely sent him a vicious one.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about the new rule though, where you can't like play the hands on the ground and you can still get kicked in the knee?
Man. As you guys see, I love the 12 to 6. Like,
Yes.
If I can put on damage quick, being technical with it, I'm sorry. If I can put damage on you that quick, no one can take damage like that. I really try to I'll try to get you out of there. Like, the human body can only take so much, and I'll be trying to push it to that limit every time.
What do you think? That actually makes me think. One of the things we said in the video where we called you out, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody with just an innate ability to find their range immediately. It seems like there's no feeling out process for you. Immediately you're touching people, where most people, they kind of have to figure out the range. Is that something you've just always had? Like, is that something you're cognizant of, or is that something you think about at all, or is it just all of a sudden you're already hitting?
Just like the gift God gave me. Like, you ever heard of like discernment of the spirit? Like, I can just feel it like that. I was like, I'm right where I need to be. I can just feel it. I always just had accurate hands. Like even before I wasn't even training, I just always just punch accurate as hell.
It is pretty wild to see.
It's just God given, considering that I mean you were into wrestling. Like that's what you did growing up, right? Stand out right away. But then these hands just came natural.
They always had natural hands, but Pablo Alfonso got them like to where I was like starting knocking people out.
Okay.
Right on, man. Right on. Next fan question. Biggest difference between the Apex cage and the big cages on the big stage?
Like the standard cage.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, once you get on like the out the Apex, it seems way bigger the cage.
Do you have a preference?
The measurements are that far different, but it feels so much different.
Do you have a preference?
I like the Apex because then like I don't have to do a bunch of chasing. Like low key, you got to scrap in that motherfucker.
Yeah, it seems like it's instant action with the smaller cage.
Instant action Apex. People actually have to throw down. Man.
Awesome, man. And then last but not least here, you a gamer?
What'd you say?
Are you a gamer?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, favorite video games you're playing right now?
I just be playing Fortnite.
Dude,
and I like that new Dragon Ball Z game. That shit's tough.
Oh, I heard that's good.
Also, I like the Rivals game. That's pretty sick with all the Marvel heroes.
Who are you playing in Dragon Ball?
I never just pick the same character. I like change it up.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite season that you've had recently on Fortnite?
The new one's pretty sick. I can't lie.
Dude, that sword is OP though.
That's what I'm saying. If you kill the boss, you get that gold sword, man. That thing.
Okay. So you also recently had that season with the Greek mythology, right? The sword or the chains of Hades?
Chains of Hades, dude. If you really smack that thing around the right way, you're taking people out.
My guy, I love it. Man, those are all the questions we had for you. Those are all the questions we have for you. Now, quick question for you.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, was there anything you wanted to plug?
Yeah, let me shout out. I want to shout out God most importantly. Shout out my family. And then shout out to Fusions. Shout out to my coaches. Shout out to my teammates holding it down. Shout out to my boy Andrew Mercedo. He just won his combat belt. Defended it. So, bye. Yeah,
awesome.
Keep it going, man. Let's work hard.
I love it. Well, hey.
Say, love you, God.
Nice.
All right. Well, thanks again, Terrance. Really appreciate the time, man. Appreciate all the fan interaction that you continue having on your socials. And I appreciate the show that you put on every single time you walk into that octagon. There's never a boring Terrance McKinney fight. Always fireworks, man. And I thank you for that. Seriously.
No, I appreciate you guys' support. I really do. Glad I hopped on that. It was a vibe.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Well, thank you, Will, and thank you, everybody, for listening to another episode of Story of the Fight. Bye.